Hey, how y'all doing, man? I'm back again with another episode of The It Factor, man. It's your host, Jeremy, as always. And today I got my brother, man. My good man, Mr. Waves himself, Mr. Cool himself. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro. Go ahead, man.
How's everybody doing? Of course, Jeremy, he invited me on this show. He's trying to talk me up, but this man, I mean, he's great. He's great. To introduce myself, my name is Frank Jefferson. I graduated the Clark Atlanta University, back in May 2019, and a few months later, about 8 months after that, I actually was blessed to get into my field. I graduated with as an MMA major with a concentration in radio, television, and film, and now I'm working in television. I'm in Tyler, Texas right now, and I'm a reporter / MMJ, which is a multimedia journalist.
Yes, sir.
And, yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm doing for the most part. Yes, sir.
What's up, man? What's up, man? So first off, man, how you been, man? How everything been going? How is life after college?
Life after college. I'm gonna give you the quick version. It was a little tougher than I expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why it was like that was because planning definitely could have been better in college for what was going to happen after.
Right.
So after I graduated, I did a little bit before I graduated. I just started applying to a whole bunch of jobs. Like Indeed was my best friend. Like I had to apply to at least 50 places just on Indeed. Then I was going to other spots too, and just going on people's like news stations websites trying to see if they had openings and things like that. But anyway, I was doing that. I had a little trouble in my life because my father, he got sick, and I was helping my mother with him, and I was working at the movies, and I always wanted to work at the movies, but I was like, dang, like I wanted to work in the movies when I was in high school, not after college.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, God don't ever give you. He always gives us stuff on time. His timing is perfect. So, looking back on it, I needed it, but in the moment, I was like, so when people were like, man, I graduated, and I ain't got no job. I'm working at a job that I really don't want to work at. I feel you. And you're not gonna work at that job forever. That's just temporary.
Not for long, man. It's not for long.
Yep.
Not for long. Like the NFL mentality, man. NFL, it's beautiful letters, right? But it's not for long. That's what it stands for. And that's everything, every chapter of your life. It's not for long. And we believe in God, man. To be honest, this time, man, you put the work in, bro. It's that simple. Believe it or not, but you have to go and I think find that thing you're like why, and that's what's gonna push you, man. To be honest, to say, okay, cool. I know I'm working at this movie theater. I know I'm working here, but it's not for long. What can I do next? I ain't came this far to not get to where I want to be. And like you said, it's all in timing too, because you never know what can be happening or what's lined up. So I can respect you for that, man. I respect that. So, man, how did your day-to-day job look, man? How did that go?
All right, so the day-to-day looks something like this. So I will get up, and before I go into work, I would try to post something on social media, probably the story that I did the previous night, or breaking news is happening before I got to work. And then once I get to work at about 10:30, I'll get in and we'll have a morning meeting. And that's pretty much where it'll be reporters, producers, the assistant news director, and our news director, and we're laying out what the day is going to look like. So we have our 4 p.m., 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock shows, and then of course we have the 9 and 10. Those are the later shows, and they pretty much just let me know what I'm going to be doing for the day, what interviews I need to get, or do I need to set them up? Are they already set up? So that could be Zoom, because we're in a pandemic right now. But sometimes, because it's Texas, sometimes we might actually go to the place and meet the person. But it's just letting me know what I have to do today, do for that day. So now I get my equipment. I get my sticks. That's what we call our tripod, and camera, lights, and we hop in the station vehicle. Make sure I got the SD card.
Yes, sir.
I got to do a whole bunch of equipment checks. I go and meet the person. I do interviews and all that. Then I have to do a stand up. Not every station requires it, but my station, they want us to do a stand up, and pretty much a stand up is inside of a package, which is just a longer story that we're gonna do at 9 and 10 o'clock. You want to they want to pretty much just see me in the story. Okay. And it's not just me just to be there, but it's more so like a bridge to another idea. So whatever that may be, I might be talking about I could be talking about hip hop, and I could go from like, I could be talking about like the first part of the package of the story could be, you know, Biggie and Lauryn Hill and Tupac or whoever that may be, or the Wu-Tang, and then my stand up could be like, but if we, you know, I could be talking about anything from debut albums of the 2000s, and then talk about the College Dropout or Get Rich or Die Trying, something like that. So that's like what my stand up will be, and then, you know, so something like that. It's hard because you want to make it creative. Like, sometimes you can't. If the story's like sad, you want to just, but most times I always try to make it something visually pleasing to the eye, unless I just can't. And then I just want to just let people know what it is. But I'll do a both side, which is, a both side is pretty much in the early shows, I'm just telling you the facts. I'm like, so-and-so, you know, it happens like this sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, you know, so-and-so died here. This is what happened. And then you hear an interview from somebody. Then I talk a little bit more about it. And then most times I'll toss and be like, tonight on KTK News at 10, you're going to hear from Jeremy. And Jeremy is actually the best friend of the man who died. And he's going to say how this is just tearing him apart. You know, in studio, Frank Jefferson, KTK News, or I might be on location. That's pretty much what I do. Yeah. And like one thing I'll say about my station that I really appreciate, because a lot of people that are reporters and MMJs, they don't get opportunities to anchor until like they maybe like their third station. And I've anchored a lot. So God is good on that for real.
Yes, I'll post every time you anchor. I'll be like, my boy out here, go ahead, say some good stuff real quick, man. And the thing about you though, you can talk about multiple topics though. And I'll be respecting that. I'll be like, man, what he talking about this week? You know, the one from the other week after the storm, that was real good, man. I really like that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. No, and thank you.
You know what you're doing, man. You know what you're doing, man. So, man, just tell me, why is it important for you to, you know, believe in yourself before anybody else do? Why would you say that?
Because you're the one doing it. Mm-hmm. That's a big thing for me. People always gonna have something to say, whether you're doing something or you're not. One of the biggest things, and I know people can feel me that have just graduated. So what are you doing right now? What are you working on? People always gonna ask you, and you want to be able to say, you know, I got this going on. And another thing too, my parents always joke about is if you're always ready, you ain't never got to get ready. You know what I mean? So one of the things that another Clark Atlanta University alumni, Justin Parham, he was telling me too. He was like, man, always had that reel ready, because you never know, you might meet somebody on the street and they may be like, hey, you got a reel? And I'd be like, oh, no, I don't. You don't never want that to happen. Mm-hmm. So I really feel like it's important to believe in yourself, because, man, like there's going to be nights where you're dog dead tired, working a job that you don't want to be, but you have a dream or like a vision that like only you can see. Right. So yeah, it's so important to just be like, man, I'm sacrificing a lot for what I believe in, and that's huge.
Respect, man. That leads into my next question, man. So like, what is your it factor, man? Why you do what you do?
When I was younger, I used to grab like a whole bunch of like printer paper, and I would just staple them together, and I would just write stories and be drawn. So I just make books. I still have them at home, like a whole bunch of books that I would make. And to keep it a buck, a lot of the stuff wasn't original. It was a lot of stuff that I saw on TV. Most of it wasn't original. I would just see something on TV, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna put a little spin on it, and then that's what I would do. And there was a panel, a great panel at Clark when I was like a junior Yeah, when I was a junior, and they were like, most people end up doing what they got in trouble for as a kid. I ran my mouth. As y'all see in this podcast, I'm running my mouth. I'm trying to make my answers short, but yeah. So talking and telling stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did as a child with nobody telling me what to do.
Right.
I've always, been in, like, I like acting and performing, and I'm competitive too. And I do what I do because it fits all my boxes of what I love to do. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I'm not changing nobody's life. We was joking on before we got on here, but I am, able to impact people's lives positively and be able to tell their stories. And man, it's a blessing to be able to have this job, for real.
It hit different, man, when you impact people, man, and you doing what you love, you're doing what you love, man. So that's very, that's really amazing right there, man. Always been a dope dude, though, bro. I give it to you with that, man. So, like, man, what would you like see change in your field for, blacks? What would you like see change, man? People coming out of college, like you said, you had to apply to 50 some jobs. I did it too, even though I'm a tech guy, but.
And how much time you got?
Hey, I got time. You good?
All right. Well, so what I want to see to change in my field for Black people. Well, first thing I would say that like when we are in college, when we're in college, I would want to see more in-depth programs for people. And it's another thing too, because being able to know or get even a taste of what you're going to do once you get out of college is huge. Now, another thing too, sometimes we have these programs, but we don't want to do them because we might not be doing exactly what we want to do. I remember when I was at CAU TV, there was a point where they were like, you need to learn how to be a cameraman and do the lights. And I'm like, bruh, this is my mindset at that time. I'm like, bruh, I'm not about to be doing that.
You got to start.
I'm not about to be doing that.
You got to start.
Exactly. And as an MMJ, a multimedia journalist, I do all that myself. I edit my own stuff. I write everything. I'm my own camera person. So all those lessons that I learned then, they help me now. And the more you know about the industry, the more access to jobs you're gonna have, because you'd be like, oh, I can't do that. But if you can do camera, you could do lights, you could be a PA, you could be a producer, you could write and be on camera. It makes you, a jack of all trades. So I would say I'll try to give bullet points. I would say more in-depth programs in colleges. I would want to see more of us, encouraging each other to do a more wide array of jobs in our field. Another thing too, like getting, out of the college realm of it, man, I would just want to see more of us, because I watched like a snippet of one of your podcasts, and this one lady, she was talking about how she wants to see more Black people in the in the management side of things.
Yeah,
that's probably my biggest point, because I was like, oh yeah, she's exactly right. I don't know who that was, but she's exactly right, because most times we gonna hire us, right? Like,
man, you know how many times I look and I think of, it was last week. Somebody was like, yeah, man, I'm graduating, ain't got a job yet. Da da da. Don't you work at GM, man? Da da da. And I'm like, I wish I was a manager. It's not even a manager to manage people. Or I wish that I was a recruiter that could hire. Because, bro, I'm gonna be honest. If you walk in there, you got the work ethic, I can teach you the rest. But a lot of people in this day and age don't want to teach anybody anything. And I don't care what job you work in, man, you're going to need a little bit of training and you're going to need help along the way. But it got to be somebody still. And that's one thing I feel like that got to be instilled in us still to this day, is that we still got to help somebody else. We ain't helping two other people get up and then they helping two more people. You get what I'm saying? Then how we going to keep it rolling? And that's one of the main things I would say that the university didn't teach. I kind of knew that back home. But once I got to the university, I was like, if I'm eating, my homie's going to eat. You know, and that's not even just saying a meal. That's how I'm talking about everything. If I got a job, y'all find a job. We gonna find this together or figure it out. And I can thank my friend even when y'all started when y'all did a news thing on campus. I was thankful for that because I'm like, dang, Rick, I ain't know y'all was gonna go like this. And Parham, I was like, dang, I ain't know it was gonna grow like that. But it's one of those things that I don't know if we go on campus, is it still there? I don't know. I hope it gets back to how it was before the mask and all this crazy corona
Me
stuff.
too.
But like that right there was a statement to let you know that we can come together and create something. And we gonna make you, like you say, you need to be in every area so that when you graduate, you're not working in your field, man. Like I know you go to school and it's a lot of people that go to school and want to do these things, but don't know how to do it. And I mean, that is a little bit why I started the show as well. You know, to show you, man, we got people that you can reach out to and they can help you. That's my thing right there, man. So like, what would you say one of your ultimate life goals is?
Like career wise, or just life?
Life, be career or life.
Man, you asking some questions, bro. Man, been
Gotta
doing
keep
it.
it real. Hey.
I'm so used to interviewing people. I never be having good answers when I get interviewed. But I mean, I say career wise, one of my goals is to I definitely want to be an anchor, for real. Like you know me, like I started off in sports.
Yeah.
And then when I got the news job, I was like, news, I don't even watch the news. Like I like sports. I like watching sports, and you know, and I still love sports, don't get me wrong. And that doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to do that in the future. But yeah, I would love to be an anchor because you know, with everything that comes with it. You know what I mean? You know, you're actually the face. I mean, I'm saying you're not the face of the station when you're a reporter in MMJ, but it's something different when you're the anchor because you on the promos and stuff, you on the commercials and all that. And I enjoy reporting, but it's just something about being at that desk, just being like, you know, good afternoon, I'm Frank Jefferson, and thank you for joining. You know, something like that. So I enjoy that. But you know, for the rest of my life, I want to be able to, like you said, like be able to reach back and help other people, no matter what I'm doing. Like, I mean, of course, and here's the thing, I got a lot of things I want to do. Like, I want to make money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to go back home to California one day. Shoot, I want to have another homecoming at Clark.
Yeah, right.
You
hey.
know, but you know, it's the facts. But
I can't wait.
I mean, bro. But man, you know, all the things that I want, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that work in. I'm gonna pray and really whatever the Lord's will is for me, man. That's what it's gonna be, man. I'm fine with that. But I got a whole bunch of goals, but the biggest thing I want to do is be able to shine my light that the Lord blessed me with, and to be able to help others get into these positions because there's no point, bro. Like this, I feel like there's no point of just doing it and then not helping nobody. Like one of the biggest reason why I'm at where I am is because of people from Fairfield, California, from San Francisco, where I went to high school, from Clark Atlanta University, from people at other stations, news stations, just randomly helping me. I mean, the list goes on, man. Nobody gets there by themselves, bro. And if they are, they cap. That's cap.
Right. Ain't nobody.
So yeah, I just want to be help others. Like Lord willing, I do want to be able to live comfortably. I'm comfortable now. I don't got a lot, but I'm comfortable now. I'm blessed. But yeah, I just want to be able to help other people, man. And like seeing people like you doing stuff like this, it's inspiring.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
a lot, bro. Don't make me cry on the episode, you know.
No, man, that's God honest truth, though.
But no, I thank you for that, bro. That like stuff like that make my day, man. To be honest, that's what I'm doing it for, man. Inspire people and to let people know, bro. You in my group, you my circle, you family. You doing the same thing, man. So I can't. That's how it's supposed to be, though. You know, I'm gonna give you your flowers while you're here, and we gonna make sure you go and grind it out. And you know, whatever you want and need and more, you gonna get it. You know, if I got it, you got it. That's how I look at it, man. You know. But back on one little thing, I can't wait to homecoming, though. Homecoming happening. It's gonna be an amazing day for all of us. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be epic. Gonna break some records. It's gonna be beautiful. But yeah, man. But no, man. What is one obstacle you had to overcome? Need to be in college or after college, and how did you overcome?
Biggest obstacle I faced was me,
Mm-hmm.
ego.
Mm.
Uh-huh. I was praying to God, hey God, I need a job. I'm talking about when I first graduated and I didn't have a job. God, I need a job. God, I need a job. I'm looking up places, and then I get a call from my news director like around Christmas. He's like, will you out of position? I'm like, yeah, let me go down there. I checked it out. I like the people. I went down here, cool. I started working. It was the first 3 months was tough, but I expected that. And then I was just ungrateful. Keep it up. I was just being ungrateful. I wanted to do sports, and I got to do sports because I came down during like football season. So I got to shoot football on Fridays, and even got to be in front of camp, which was, man, it was all that, man. Yeah. Texas football, crazy by the way. But
Oh yeah,
anyway,
big
yeah,
time.
that's great. But I digress. But yeah, it was me. I was in a way of myself
Mm-hmm.
because I was trying to like, I was like, man, like, I was looking towards Fridays because I get to do football, but I wasn't appreciating the journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I wasn't like appreciating like, the flowers, I guess, while they were here. I was just like going through the motions, and I'm like, I don't care about these stories, and just really unappreciative. And then after talking, like with, family, you know, and, really praying on, I was just like, man, like, what am I doing? I wanted a job so bad, and now I'm here, and now it's like, oh, you don't want it now? You don't want it now? So then I was like, um, I try to take every day and just make it the best I could. And then I actually like news now. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And because I see it like this, every story, I might not care about it, but every story is touching somebody.
Somebody, yeah.
It might just be one person, but I got to deliver that story when I'm on camera. I got to tell it. I got to make sure my editing is right, the sound is right, the light is right,
Mm-hmm.
so that one person can be like, oh man, I might not get I might not get the vaccine, or oh man, she died. I didn't even know that, or whatever it might be. So I just had to flip. I had to become more selfless instead of being so selfish.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, man. And I even heard from Mike Tyson one time. He was like, you know how we like to say growing up, we humble, man. Yeah, I'm a humble person. Da da da. You know you're humble when you don't have to say it. It's your aura, and I see that in you. It's
Fact.
your aura of how you carry yourself. So I definitely can say that. And yeah, I can sit here and compliment you all day, man. But you're a humble person that's grinding, and I mean everything that you want, bro. Like I said earlier, it's gonna come to you in time. And if every person can think like that and know like in time is gonna come, if it's for you, it's for you. So yeah, man.
That's hard though. That's
Yeah,
hard though. I'm gonna tell you, it's hard.
yeah, man. Look at me. I be saying all this stuff and I be going through it, and then I sit back and I have to sit back and I be like, I've been at work today, man. So I'm good. Like why? Like you said, my job too, man. I hate
That's
people. And I think about it, I'm like, that's the people though. You really gonna let the people are people interrupt what you got planned or what you trying to do? What you're trying to change? You gonna let people do that? These people was here either before you, they'll be here after you if you leave. But why run away from something? Or why try to run and do something different? Then stay there and try to stick it out and build in that and then go do something different. Build in it. But a lot of us want to, once something happen or once something ain't going your way, you want to run from it. Got to get out of that. Got to try to get out of that. And they need like-minded people like us to have a conversation with and say, hey, man, like that's what mentoring is. Hey, man, look, it ain't that bad. It could be worse. You could be at home. You could be on the street,
facts.
and that's just being honest, but you have a family. You got people that love you. So those are the things I feel like when you get down and out, those are the things you should think about. And I ain't even just being no preacher or nothing today. I'm just being honest. You know,
it sounds like you preaching to me. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
yes, you know. But nah, man. Lastly, man, do you have any questions for me?
What is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal, man, is you know, bro. I grew up a single parent home. Didn't have my father. One of my goals, and I never really talk about it a lot. My girl know. I really want a family, bro. Like I ain't gotta have many kids. Like God bless me with 1 or 2 kids. Like I want family. I want to build this brand so that it's a legacy. So my kids can get on here when I'm dead and gone, and they're like, my daddy started this, or this is what, you know, I want that. That's what I want, bro. Like, to be honest, man. And I just want all my friends to be able to succeed with me. Like J. Cole say, bro, like I'm in first class, but my homies ain't in it. I can't sleep until they in first class.
That's not your stuff, man.
Like, that's how I feel. So like that's how I'm grinding, bro. That's like the photo shoot. I can't wait to have all y'all in the photo shoot, bro, because all y'all are a part of my journey. We didn't just meet for no reason. So that's all. When I say one of my ultimate goals is family, man, taking care of the business. And also, you know, I want to be a college professor. That's one of my things right there, you know. I just, you know, flexing on myself.
Oh, yeah,
I ain't flexing on nobody. I'm flexing on myself, man, trying to give back to the community. And of course, like you said, it's a lot of goals I want to achieve, but them the main ones that would keep me going. Like, hey, man, my mama done see me graduate college. Okay, I'm working on another degree. That's cool. But for Jeremy want family, man. I want to keep doing the brand and keep having fun, bro. And that's my thing, bro. Thing, dog. Keep the main thing, dog. That's all. That's all I
keep the main thing, and he the main thing, man.
Yes,
Facts.
sir. Yes, sir. And people don't understand that phrase, but hey, keep the main thing, God to God, everything.
All praise due. Man,
right.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I don't think I got nothing else for you, man. I appreciate your time, even thinking about me, even to be on here, man. And
yes, sir.
Man, If Factor podcast, man. If y'all not watching, I don't know what you're doing.
Right, we go in right there, dog.
Right.